Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 24th of October 2024. Now unfortunately guys, the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market has been on a downturn and the price of Bitcoin is hovering around the $64,000 mark, and there are three reasons guys why I very strongly feel why this is happening. The first one is regarding the Bitcoin open interest, and in the episode that I released on the 22nd of this month guys, I went in and explained that Bitcoin's open interest has reached $40 billion for the very first time. And because of that guys, there is a possibility of extreme volatility, isn't it? And with US elections coming up, I'm pretty much sure the prices will be fluctuating as well. And at the same time guys, there are two interesting reports. One is by the European Central Bank, and this particular report guys definitely got and dissects Bitcoin in a negative way. But I'm not going to be talking about that in today's episode guys. What I will be doing is, at 10 AM Gulf Standard Time, I'll be going live with a good friend of mine, that is Marcus Shintita. So we'll go ahead and explore what that news is all about, and I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now along with that guys, there is another article that is published by the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis, and that definitely takes a massive jab at Bitcoin as well, and they're also talking about banning Bitcoin as well as taxing Bitcoin as well. So rather than explaining that in today's episode guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is join us live via LinkedIn. Alternatively guys, I'll also go ahead and release a standalone episode so you can go ahead and listen to that, and that would give us a better understanding as to why the prices have actually gone down. Now in today's episode guys, we do have some really interesting news to cover. Now the first one has to do with blockchain.com, and unfortunately guys, they are facing some prosecution. So I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about, because they are facing legal scrutiny in the United Kingdom, and this is for failing to file its financial accounts on time. So I'll go ahead and touch base on this news. Now the second news guys is definitely a positive news, and it just might be a game changer in the payment industry. And Chainlink guys, they have teamed up with Swift, and they have revealed a groundbreaking digital asset solution at Sibos 2024. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, in the show notes below, there is an official YouTube link where the founder of Chainlink has gone and explained what the protocol is all about. But in today's episode, we'll definitely take a deep dive into this as well. Now the next news guys I'm going to be talking about is definitely positive news, and this is to do with Binance executive that is Tigran Gambaryan, was facing a lot of legal problems in Nigeria, isn't it? Now the good news is that Nigeria has finally decided to drop all money laundering charges and he's been set free. This is definitely positive news. Now I'm hoping guys he does not have any PTSD, because based on the videos that were surfaced online, looks like he was definitely not getting the best treatment, isn't it? So I'm definitely hoping positive things for him. Now the final news guys has to do with the $3.2 billion pyramid scheme, and there are a lot of football stars guys who will be facing legal actions, and this includes one of the famous football player, that is Ronaldinho, along with Figo as well. So I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. So look guys, whenever there are tokens associated with celebrities or even sports stars, it definitely should raise quite a lot of red flags in my opinion. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is definitely a massive one, and this is to do with the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah and Ras Al Khaimah DAO guys, which is a legal entity that issues VSP license or Virtual Asset Service Provider license. They have launched a framework for decentralized autonomous organization in free zone. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now look guys, so far as DAO is concerned, that essentially is a legal framework, isn't it? So really I'm not sure, but I'll go ahead and discuss what kind of framework they are launching. Now the second news guys is definitely a positive news, and this is to do with the Emirate of Dubai and Sui blockchain guys. They have launched an incubator hub in Dubai, and that is for on-the-spot solutions engineering. So I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now look guys, there is a lot of activity going on, particularly in Dubai, isn't it? But at the same time I have to say it guys, so far as Dubai is concerned, right now it is turning out to be a red ocean, isn't it? And that just means a lot of competition, but from a customer's point of view, it just means cheaper services and better quality services in it. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news regarding Sui blockchain. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode actually. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad read and wrote. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next. Hey guys, listen, there are 4 things that I'm really passionate about. The first one is death metal. The second one is Bitcoin. The third one is ice cold beer. You can't go wrong with ice cold beer, isn't it? And the fourth one, guys, is obstacle course racing. And today, guys, I've got something really huge to share to my audience. And guys, get ready to be part of the inaugural event of Arabian Warriors event, which is scheduled to take place in Dubai on the 26th of October. And this is taking place in the iconic location of Dubai Islands. Now look, guys, this is just not another race. It is a culmination of years of hard work by the team. And Arabian Warriors, guys, is born in the Middle East with strong Middle Eastern values, and their goal is pretty simple, guys. They want to make Arabian Warrior the world's premier OCR event. Now, whether you're a seasoned athlete or just looking for a challenge, they got everything covered for you. And they have different raid formats as well. You have 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, and the big one, that is 50-kilometer event. And there will be a number of unique, challenging, and different obstacles throughout the course. And that's not all, guys. There are events lined up in Qatar as well. Now here's a sweet bonus, guys. Use the code SIGNUP for a 10% discount on your registration. So don't miss this chance to take on a brand new course with some of the toughest obstacles you've ever seen. So do one thing, guys, head over to arabianwarriors.me and sign up for the event, and you can also score a 10% discount code by using the code SIGNUP10. Once again, guys, the website is arabianwarriors.me, and the link to that is in the show notes below, and I'll see you on the race course. Next. Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. and Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And unfortunately guys, the market is not looking good at all. And if you look at the market sentiment, yesterday the number associated was 60 and the market sentiment was neutral, isn't it? Today it is still neutral guys, but the number associated with market sentiment is down to 56. And the reason is pretty simple, isn't it? There is a lot of open interest on Bitcoin, Ethereum as well as other cryptocurrencies, so I'll definitely go and touch base on that in today's episode. But what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, in the episode that I released on the 22nd, I touch base on the positive sides as well as the negative aspects on open interest. But in today's episode, I'll definitely go and run through that once again, because the global cryptocurrency market is definitely not looking good. And if you look at the market cap of Ethereum, it has actually gone down below the $300 billion mark once again. Now, so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, guys, it is at $2.27 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.90%. Now, unfortunately, guys, since the last 24 hours, the total cryptocurrency market volume has gone down. And if you look at the volume of stable coins, that is not pumped up as well. And that is a worrisome sign, isn't it? Now, let's look at the total cryptocurrency market volume first, and then we'll take a deep dive into the volume of stable coins. Because the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, is down by 11.49%. And in terms of dollar amount, it is at $69.2 billion. Now, one matrix, guys, no matter what happens in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency or the blockchain space, definitely does not change. That is the volume of decentralized finance, and today it is at $4.12 billion. And unfortunately, guys, decentralized finance as of today is accounting for 5.95% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is at $88.82 billion. Now, one matrix, guys, which I'm kind of content with, that is to do with decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, and today it has pumped up to 26%. But look guys, few days ago the volume of stable coins did actually pump up, but the percentage of decentralized to centralized exchange went down, isn't it? Which just meant that on the 22nd, guys, and the days before that, a lot of centralized exchange was being used to go ahead and convert a lot of the cryptocurrencies onto stable coins, and that day the volume of stable coins definitely pumped up as well, isn't it? But today, guys, the volume of stable coins isn't that great. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, cause for 3 days in the row, guys, and probably for the very first time, Radium was consistently at number 1, and the volume was well over the $1 billion mark, isn't it? But today, guys, Uniswap is at number 1, and its volume is $1.52 billion. Radium is number 2 today, but its volume is definitely well over the $1 billion mark. It is at $1.33 billion. So look guys, looks like a lot of transactions are actually taking place in Solana blockchain, isn't it? Because so far as Radium is concerned, it is a decentralized exchange that works only on Solana blockchain. Now the number 3 so far as decentralized exchange is concerned is PancakeSwap, and its volume is $710.59 million. Aerodrome is at number 4, its volume is $608.27 million. And at number 5 is Orca, guys. Its volume is $383.52 million. Now, if you look at the volume of stable coins, guys, it is at $63.29 billion. And stable coins as of today is accounting for 91.46% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, look, guys, because the prices have actually fallen down, I would really like to see this number around the $100 to $150 billion mark, because that would actually mean once the open interest news has died down, there is a very high possibility a lot of the stable coins that were converted would go back into the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? But looks like since the last 24 hours, people are not converting the cryptocurrencies and not parking them into stable coins. Now, so far as the volume of stable coins is concerned, Tether USDT's volume is $58.69 billion. Now, just to give you a comparison, guys, on the 22nd of this month, only the volume of Tether USDT was at $71 billion. That is superseding the entire volume of all stablecoins today, isn't it? And this at a macro level gives you an idea as to which direction the process would be heading towards, and it also shows you the dominance of Tether USDT as well, isn't it? Now the number second is Circle USDC, and its volume is $6.81 billion, and the third one, guys, is FDUSD. Its 24-hour volume is $4.28 billion. Now if you look at the market cap, guys, unfortunately Ethereum's market cap has gone down below the $300 billion mark at $299 billion to be precise. And so far as Bitcoin is concerned, it is down to $1.30 trillion. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $28.49 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is little lower than 50% of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume. It is at $15.02 billion. Now the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, is at 57.49%, whereas the dominance of Ethereum is at 13.30%. Now before we look at the king of all kings, guys, I quickly want to run through the market cap of privacy coins, and I tend to look at these numbers, guys, probably every second or third day, and I try to share it in my Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast at least once in a month. Now Monero, guys, is the king of privacy, isn't it? And its market cap is at $2.87 billion. And few days ago, guys, we discussed Japanese authorities where they went in and arrested a group of individuals who were using Monero for illicit purposes, isn't it? So definitely unfortunate news. Now the second one is Mina, but check out its market cap, guys. It is well below the $1 billion mark. It is only at $647 million. The third one is Zcash. Its market cap is $568 million. The fourth one is Beldex. Its market cap is $508 million. And at number 5th, guys, is Dash. Its market cap is only $275 billion. Now look, guys, these numbers are absolutely dreadful, isn't it? If you compare the market cap of privacy coins and then compare it with the market cap of meme coins, Dogecoin's market cap is almost 10 times of that of Monero, isn't it? Which just means at a macro level, guys, people are more concerned about meme coins than the actual privacy. And that, to be honest, is absolutely dreadful, isn't it? Now you can make an argument, guys, that so far as privacy coins are concerned, governments can go ahead and put strict regulations on centralized exchanges, and that could actually deter a lot of centralized exchanges to go ahead and put privacy coins onto the exchanges in it, and that is exactly what has happened in UAE as well. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And unfortunately, guys, the price of Bitcoin is down to $65,642, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.45%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.39%. Ethereum, guys, is at $2,479, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 5.01%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.89%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, is well below the $600 mark. It is at $575, and since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.12%, and since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.39%. Now look, guys, there are different reasons as to why the prices have been going down, isn't it? But one of the major reasons why the prices have gone down, that is because of open interest. And open interest in Bitcoin alone, guys, did actually cross a $40 billion mark. Now regarding open interest, guys, open interest essentially refers to the total number of active outstanding contracts in a futures options market that haven't been settled or closed, and it does actually indicate the level of trading activity and investor interest. And generally speaking, guys, high open interest do actually suggest more liquidity in market activity, while a decreasing open interest can actually signal that traders are being settled or closed. Now look, guys, the recent surge in Bitcoin open interest can have both positive and negative impacts. Now I did cover this in the episode on the 22nd, but I just want to briefly run through these points once again, because look, guys, if you look at it in a positive way, a high open interest rates often suggest increased trading activity, suggesting that traders are more engaged with Bitcoin futures, and this can be a sign of growing interest in the asset, isn't it? And regarding increased open interest, guys, it can actually lead to more significant price movements, as more contracts mean larger position in the market, and if the sentiments are bullish, guys, this could actually lead to drive higher prices. And look, guys, right now there's so much of institutional involvement, isn't it? And a rise in open interest may reflect greater institutional participation, which can bring more legitimacy to Bitcoin and enhance its status as the mainstream asset. But at the same time, guys, there are negative aspects to open interest as well, and that is exactly what you're experiencing right now, isn't it? So I very briefly want to touch base on 3 points, guys. The first one is regarding risk of liquidation, and high open interest rate can lead to increased risk of liquidation, especially if there's a sharp price movement against the positions held, and this could increase volatility and lead to sudden downturns, isn't it? And in August of this year, guys, the prices of Bitcoin alone did actually go down by 20%, and that time the Bitcoin open interest was high as well, but definitely not as high as $40 billion. Now look guys, when the prices are going down, the market sentiment gets impacted as well, isn't it? And if you look at the fear and greed index, guys, it is still neutral, but the number associated has gone down from 60 to 56. And if majority of open interest is in short position, it could actually indicate bearish sentiment, which might lead to downward pressure on prices if market conditions change. And look, as we are in the world of speculative behavior, isn't it? And I very strongly feel a surge in open interest can attract more speculative tradings, which may not be sustainable in the long term, and this could eventually lead to price corrections, as that is what happens during speculative bubbles, isn't it? So look, as the only thing I can say, whether the increase in open interest is good or bad, largely depends on broader market conditions. This includes market sentiment, volume, as well as external factors such as US elections. And I definitely went ahead and touched base on this on the episode that I released on the 22nd of this month. And then guys, you also have geopolitical chaos going on, isn't it? So it's really important, guys, that we do go ahead and monitor all of these aspects, and that gives us a clear picture of how these developments might impact the price of Bitcoin, isn't it? Now along with that, guys, there are also two negative articles particularly to do with Bitcoin. The first one is published by the European Central Bank, and the article is called as the distributional consequences of Bitcoin. Now I won't go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because in just a few hours, guys, I am actually going live via LinkedIn with a good friend of mine, that is Marcus Shintita, and we will be going live at 10 AM Gulf Standard Time, and I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this, so please feel free to go ahead and join in live. Alternatively, guys, I'll also go ahead and upload an audio version, so you're more than welcome to go ahead and listen to that. Now there is a second article, guys, that is published by the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis. Now this article, guys, mostly talks about the US deficit, but it definitely takes some heavy jabs regarding Bitcoin, and the article is called as Unique Implementation of Permanent Primary Deficits. Now in the live session via LinkedIn, I'll definitely go and give out more information regarding this, because the authors of this report, guys, they're actually suggesting a ban on Bitcoin as well as heavy taxation. So it's going to be a really interesting conversation that I have via LinkedIn. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss some unfortunate news regarding blockchain.com. Now blockchain.com, guys, initially was blockchain.info, and this particular domain name was actually owned by Roger Ver, who is kind of like the king of all kings so far as Bitcoin is concerned. He's often called as the Bitcoin Jesus, but he's parted away from Bitcoin Core, and now he's a massive advocate of Bitcoin Cash. Now regarding the news surrounding blockchain.com, it is unfortunately facing legal scrutiny in the United Kingdom, and this is because they failed to file financial accounts on time, with the last filings for 2020 was only submitted recently, so it looks like they completely forgotten the last 4 years, isn't it? Now so far as this news is concerned, guys, the case was actually heard on the 25th of September, and another hearing is scheduled on the 25th of November, and executives Nick Carey and Al Tumball were summoned by Company House in May for failing to submit accounts for the year ending December 2022. Now here's the unfortunate thing, guys. If they are convicted, the company could face unlimited fines and possible prison terms for the executives as well. Now blockchain.com, guys, they have reduced the workflow significantly in recent years, and based on the article via Decrypt, guys, looks like they want to go ahead and settle this case quickly as well. So let's see, guys, if we do have any interesting development, and after the 25th of November, guys, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting news, and this is to do with Chainlink, and this, to be honest, guys, could be a game changer not just for the cryptocurrency industry, but also for the payment industry. And Chainlink's founder, guys, that is Sergey Nazarov, he did actually reveal a groundbreaking digital asset solutions, and this was done at Sibos 2024. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, in the show notes below, there is an entire video where he goes ahead and explains what is the partnership Chainlink is involved with Swift, and he does go ahead and explain the introduction of a new blockchain integration where they will be simplifying digital asset settlements of financial institutions, and this will be done using existing infrastructure. Now let me go ahead and touch base on just 4 points, guys. What I'd really recommend you to do is, though, go ahead and watch the entire video, but I have to warn you guys, it is slightly technical. Even I could not understand it, to be honest. Now regarding Swift integration with blockchain technology, Sergey explains how they will enable banks to connect with blockchain technologies by using existing Swift standards as well as Chainlink's infrastructure. And so far as blockchain privacy is concerned, he went ahead and explained a new privacy suite featuring blockchain privacy manager and CCIP private transactions. And so far CCIP is concerned, guys, this is another brilliant move by Chainlink, and they're focusing on interoperability. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, try to understand what Chainlink CCIP is. And in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, guys, I did actually give a detailed breakdown on what CCIP is. Now going back to this news, guys, he also talked about AI consensus and how Chainlink, Euroclear, Swift, as well as 6 institutions are transforming asset servicing using AI consensus. And finally, guys, he talked about DECO Sandbox, and they are bringing zero knowledge proof to institutions as well. Now look, guys, once this thing gets implemented, I'm pretty much sure this could be a game changer, isn't it? So let's see, guys, what the development to this is. Now let's go ahead and discuss some news all the way from Nigeria, guys. And this is definitely a positive news to a certain extent, because Nigeria, they have finally decided to drop money laundering charges against Binance executives, that is Tigran Gambrian, who has been detained over there for 7 months, and the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, that is EFCC, did actually withdraw the charges, stating that Gambrian, who is a US citizen, was merely an employee and not a key role in Binance, and the decision announced at Federal High Court hearing in Abuja on October 23rd may have been influenced by Gambrian's deteriorating health, and we definitely saw quite a lot of videos surfacing via LinkedIn, isn't it? And there was also a video about his wife and kids, asking if he'll ever be able to visit home. Now his lawyer, guys, has repeatedly argued that Nigeria's healthcare system couldn't adequately treat his conditions. So look, guys, this is definitely unfortunate news, but at the same time it is kind of positive, at least for him now, isn't it? And I'm definitely hoping nothing but the best for him, to be honest, because the videos that were surfacing, his health was definitely not looking good at all. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some massive news. And this is a $3.2 billion pyramid scheme. And unfortunately, guys, a lot of football stars such as Ronaldinho, Figo, as well as several others are facing legal actions, and this was for promoting Amiga Pro, which is a pyramid scheme that did actually defraud over 3 million customers of $3.2 billion. Now here's the crazy thing, guys, the platform did actually promise 300% returns, but stopped payouts after an alleged hack in 2022, and lawyers Lars Olfsson is leading a lawsuit against the players. But its success in Spain is uncertain at this point of time, but looks like the case is going on in London, and 2 Amigrapo co-founders are currently in custody in Turkey, while others remain at large. So look, guys, let me know if you've been unfortunately affected by this. So look, guys, whenever we're looking at Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, or even artificial intelligence for that matter, try to look at information from first source. And I often say, guys, we live in a world where having a lot of information is not important, but getting information from first source is important. Now, whenever you have celebrities, especially football players or actors, it is always associated with some kind of scam, isn't it? And if I'm not mistaken, guys, one of the Bollywood actresses, that is Tamanna, she was also unfortunately involved in some notorious scam. Definitely unfortunate news. Now look, guys, it is really important to understand that these celebrities may not be knowing the in-depth of cryptocurrencies, so it all boils down to some notorious co-founders, isn't it? Definitely unfortunate news. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first one, guys, is definitely a massive one, and this is to do with the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. And Ras Al Khaimah's DAO, guys, they have launched framework for decentralized autonomous organization in free zone. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this. And they have introduced something called as DARE, and the alphabet E is in smaller caps, and the DAO association regime, guys, was introduced by Ras Al Khaimah DAO, and it offers a legal framework for DAO that are operating in Ras Al Khaimah DAO. Now the Ras Al Khaimah DAO, guys, the DAO stands for Digital Asset Oasis. Really genius marketing, isn't it? Now I want to go ahead and touch base on some key areas, guys, because this particular DARE does provide legal clarity for DAOs. It also has tax optimization for DAO entities, and they have 2 models. One is for emerging DAOs that are under 100 members, and something called as mature DAO, that is for treasuries exceeding $1 million. And the goal, guys, is to enable DAOs to own on-chain and off-chain assets. And this DAO association regime, guys, facilitates interactions with off-chain institutions like opening bank accounts. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because Ras Al Khaimah, guys, is an emirate in the United Arab Emirates, and them making this move is definitely interesting, isn't it? Now this particular framework, guys, is designed specifically for DAOs that are operating in RAW Digital Asset Oasis free zone, and the DAO association regime, guys, introduces a structured legal framework for DAOs, and DAOs are blockchain-based organizations that are governed by smart contract and code, isn't it? And DARE, guys, will offer legal clarity for DAOs, enabling them to operate more effectively within traditional legal system. Now, the framework aims to optimize tax structures for DAOs operating in the free zone, and the Russell Kamer DAO regime enables DAOs to interact with off-chain entities, such as opening bank accounts as well, and DAOs, guys, can own both on-chain and off-chain assets under this regime, and this framework will support the development of a global blockchain and digital asset hub in Russell Kamer, and the initiative is part of Russell Kamer's broader strategy to attract digital asset companies to its free zone, and the regime provides a structured way for DAOs to navigate legal, regulatory and operational challenges, and there, guys, is expected to attract international blockchain and crypto projects who are looking for tax-friendly environments. Now, this particular framework was introduced by Dr. Samir Al-Ansari, who's the CEO of Rag DAO, and Luke Froelich, who's the Russell Kamer's Chief Operating Officer, emphasized that the regime bridges on-chain and off-chain operations, and DAOs in the free zone, guys, can benefit from legal protection and tax optimization, making Russell Kamer a competitive location for digital assets. Now, the DAO frameworks marks a significant milestone for UAE's digital assets, as well as blockchain ecosystem expansion. So really interesting news, isn't it? But look, guys, the only question I have, when we talk about decentralized autonomous organization, or distributed autonomous organization as I like to call it, that itself is a legal framework, isn't it? So really, I'm not sure. Why would you want to need legal protection? Could it be possible that this legal protection is essentially meant for foundations or associations who go and manage the cryptocurrency or blockchain projects? Most likely, yes, I believe. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding this. Now, the second news, guys, is to do with Sui blockchain, and they have launched an incubator hub in Dubai, and they are focusing on the-spot solutions engineering. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this, because the hub, guys, is the first in the global series of incubators by Sui, and the hub collaborates with Gulf Group, which is a regional blockchain firm, and Kostas Chalkias, who is a co-founder of Mission Labs, envisions the hub as a heart of hackathons and solution implementations, and Chalkias also moved from California to Dubai to spearhead this initiative. Now, the hub, guys, aims to provide on-the-spot blockchain solutions engineering, and the hub focuses on rapid development, building proof-of-concept smart contracts in just a matter of hours, and this is on-the-spot solutions capability, and is unique in the blockchain space. Now, look, guys, Dubai's clear regulations and licensing have definitely attracted major cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, Crypto.com and OKX as well as in it. Now, this particular hub will initially focus on helping the government, and they will be helping with digitization efforts, and the UAE is the top country for crypto deals, but lacks in development, isn't it? And that is exactly what the hub aims to address. Now, the Sui network at this point of time has outpaced Cardano, Nia, as well as Zapdos so far as total value locked is concerned. And Chalkias definitely sees Sui as a strong competitor to Solana as well. Now, look, so far as Dubai is concerned, they definitely aim to bring engineering capacity to the region, and there will be regular hackathons that will be held over here, and he definitely envisions sleepless 3-day events as well. And the hub, guys, hopes to drive innovation through direct collaboration with government and companies as well. And Sui's Dubai hub definitely reflects the blockchain's investment and expansion in the region. But look, guys, so far as Dubai is concerned, right now it is turning out to be a red ocean, isn't it? And there will be so much of competition going forwards. But look, so far as this news is concerned, it is definitely positive, not just for the cryptocurrency space, but also for Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, isn't it? So definitely brilliant stuff in my opinion. So these were the newscasts from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Lainey who asks, what are your views on the impact of regulatory actions on the growth of decentralized finance? Now, to be honest, this is such a brilliant question. And Lainey, look, in my Crypto and Coffee 88 podcast, I often go and discuss the unfortunate numbers regarding decentralized finances in it. Now, I hate saying this, the total value locked was at one point of time around the $240 billion mark, but that has gradually gone down, and in 2023, on an average given day, the total value locked was hovering around the $30 to $40 billion mark. Now, so far as total value locked is concerned, that gives you an idea as to how many people do kind of believe in the protocol or project, isn't it? Now, the only reason why the total value locked did actually pump up was because of Ethereum spot ETF news, isn't it? And the moment BlackRock made an announcement that they're going ahead with the spot Ethereum ETF, the total value locked did actually pump up from $30 billion to over $100 billion. But when the spot Ethereum was out, there was a condition that the holders of spot Ethereum ETF will not be able to take part in staking as a service, and because of that, the total value locked has gone down. But to answer your question, I do feel that regulation is needed as long as they protect investors, as long as they go out and manage the market. But so far as decentralized finance is concerned, absolutely anyone can do whatever they want, isn't it? There is absolutely no central entity, there is absolutely no condition, and that could be the beauty as well as danger of having decentralized finance. Now, mind you, Laney, I'm talking more to do with decentralized exchanges. You can make an argument that even Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or privacy coins, all of them are decentralized finance, isn't it? But look, less regulations are always better. At a macro level, what the governments can actually do is let the growth be completely organic. But going back to the point that I mentioned earlier, regulations are definitely needed as long as they protect investors, as long as they maintain the marketplace, and as long as they protect average individuals like you and me, isn't it? So with these 3 points in mind, I definitely am out for regulations. But other than that, let's say stopping privacy coins, I definitely don't think so regulations should play an active part in this. But at the same time, I can understand it as well. Let's say if you're a state, you don't want any notorious people like terrorists to go and use privacy coins for illicit or notorious purposes, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see what role regulations do actually play in the cryptocurrency world, let's say a decade from now. But definitely a great question, Laney. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything season blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.